Hi everyone, welcome to Keto in the News. My name is Mark, aka the Real Keto Crush on Instagram. This is something new I want to try out, where we read and discuss the latest keto news to appear in my newsfeed. If you end up loving it, let me know and I'll keep making more. If not, let me know that too. Any engagement is better than none. But before I get started, today I'm drinking blueberry lavender tea by the Republic of Tea. My wife found this at Sprouts. I added half and half and a small spoonful of pure cane alternative sweetener. It's lovely. Okay, so let's dive into this article, shall we? The article is titled, "We Surveyed People in the Keto Diet, Here's What They Say." It's by 𝗬𝗏 There's no denying that the keto diet is popular. This high-fat, low-carb diet has an ardent following of people who believe it's an effective way to lose weight. Correction, Gretel, we know it's an effective way to lose weight. And lose it quickly. At the same time, keto has its share of critics, especially among nutritionists and other health experts who say the keto diet is not sustainable and can even be unhealthy. I've been on the keto diet for 2 years, and I know a lot of you have been on it for much longer than that. So it's sustainable. In fact, for 2020, it was ranked number 34 out of 35 diets, evaluated by a team of experts for the US News Best Diets rankings. Keto was ranked number 34 out of 35 for best diets by a team of experts. Remind me to never seek out an expert the next time I need medical advice. Doesn't that sound crazy to say? Oh man. Nevertheless, keto labeled food products, glowing testimonials, and celebrity endorsements abound. The health editors at US News teamed up with the food pros at America's Test Kitchen to find out more by surveying people who are following the keto diet. More than 300 people shared their personal experience with this trendy way of eating. I kind of don't like how they say trendy way of eating, but that's okay. I'm used to it. A little over half were relative newcomers, following the diet for less than a year, but the group also included diehards as well, some who have been doing keto for more than 5 years. Nice. Interestingly, over 70% of those surveyed say they chose to do keto based on their own research. Less than 5% say it was because a registered dietitian recommended it to them. Wow, that's amazing. 70% of those who go on keto, at least in this group, did it on their own. I mean, that's why I went on keto. I was seeing people succeed and I became curious, so I gave it a try. I'm not surprised that less than 5% did it because a dietitian recommended it. These days, I still see most healthcare professionals not recommending keto, despite all of the success stories. So this really doesn't come as news to me. What about you? Why did you do keto? Did your doctor recommend it to you, or did you do research on your own? I'd love to hear from you. In terms of goal, it's probably no surprise that weight loss topped the list at 84%. Improving overall health scored at 66%. Well, that's not a surprise, right? I mean, everyone wants to lose weight in one shape or another. I actually did it for my overall health, but it's a little more specific than that. I did it for my mood and because I was tired of feeling sleepy all the time. But that's not a surprise. Resources for following the diet. The classic keto diet requires eliminating nearly all carbohydrates and using fat as the All right, so in the next paragraph, it talks about what keto is. And it actually gives a really good definition. So if you check out this article, I think you'll enjoy that paragraph. But we're gonna skip ahead. If you're gonna be strict about the keto diet, you'll likely be testing your blood regularly to track the level of ketones to make sure you're in the target zone for fat burning. Yet the survey showed that most, 70%, don't track or measure their blood ketones levels. Part of the reason for that is most people are probably not following the original or classic keto diet, which was originally created to help children with epilepsy. Okay, yeah, keto was curated by doctors to help kids with epilepsy, but those doctors were not the first people to come up with the concept of keto. So that's misleading. The classic keto diet is composed of 90% fat, 6% protein, and just 4% carbs. Following this diet requires work, planning, and vigilance, and staying in the magic fat burning zone can be tricky. Even the so-called modified keto diet at 80 to 82% fat, 12% protein, and 6% carbs is only marginally easier to follow. But perhaps because of its strict requirements, many versions of keto have sprung up, even a dirty keto diet. Okay, so that paragraph, I feel like can be a little overwhelming if you're not on keto, but you're thinking about it. It sounds pretty intimidating. I mean, I'm strict keto. Allow me to briefly interject. I understand that there are different categories of keto. Lazy keto, strict keto, so on and so forth. But as far as I'm concerned, ketosis is a state of being. You're either in ketosis, therefore using ketones as a primary energy source, or you're not. I've never been a big fan of categorizing people and judging them in different ways. I just don't do it. So when I say that I'm strict keto, it means that every day I am in a state of ketosis and I'm burning ketones for fuel. That's what I mean when I say I'm strictly keto. And I do 70 to 75% fat, not 80%. So I think those numbers are a little bit off. Also, yes, following the diet does require work, planning, and vigilance, but only in the beginning because it's such a drastic shift from the standard American diet. But once you get the hang of it, as anyone will tell you, it's a lot easier. So that paragraph isn't entirely wrong, but it's definitely a little misleading. Resources can also help, and most dieters in this study, 85%, turn to websites for guidance. I think that's fair. Another 55% say cookbooks are helpful. Now, this is where they plug a cookbook that must have had a hand in making this article. So if you're interested in that, by all means, check out the article, but I haven't had a chance to vet it, so I'm not gonna plug it. Most surveyed, 65%, have kept their levels of physical activity the same. 27% responded that they are exercising more since following a keto diet. Similarly, 65% of people who exercise think that exercising is positively impacting the success of the diet. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I firmly believe that you burn fat in the kitchen and you build muscle in the gym. My fat percentage has plummeted, but none of that is due, but I can't credit any of what I do in the gym to that success. In fact, the only reason I work out in the gym is so that I can look good with my shirt off for my wife, right? I will say though that the energy level that I've gotten as a result from going on keto has definitely made working out much easier. And if I'm being totally honest, being slimmer and looking better in gym clothes certainly makes workouts more enjoyable for me. So yes, for me, at least in some way, the two are related, but I don't think you need to work out in the gym to enjoy the benefits of keto whatsoever. Has keto inspired you to work out more, or do you enjoy the benefits of keto without necessarily lifting weights? Let me know in the comments below. Favorite foods. Survey participants listed the following as their favorite keto-friendly meals to make. Steak, yeah, okay. Shrimp, I like shrimp. Cauliflower, love cauliflower. Salad, totally. Zucchini, absolutely. Lasagna, you know, I've actually been meaning to make lasagna and I just can't seem to get around to it, but at some point I will. Bacon, loads of bacon, although I haven't been making it lately, just reasons. Eggs, every day. Brussels sprouts, love them. Asparagus, yeah, here and there. And roast chicken, definitely. Like any new diet, a new way of eating often offers the opportunity to try new foods. These are the keto-friendly foods that participants especially enjoyed adding to their diet. Cauliflower, spaghetti squash. Okay guys, I don't cook with spaghetti squash. If any of you do and have a favorite recipe, will you please send it my way? I want to make spaghetti squash dishes. I kind of draw like a mental blank when I think of what I'm gonna do with spaghetti squash. You know, I go to Aldi and I stare at it and I hold it in my hands and nothing. I get nothing. So if any of you have any ideas, please send them my way. I'd love to try something new. I would love to incorporate spaghetti squash into my diet. Avocado, yes. Pork rinds, I enjoy pork rinds very much, as long as I have something to wash them down with. Also, they make the best crust for chicken or fish. Speaking of fish, I loved it long before I started keto. And cheese. I enjoy cheese, although lately I haven't been having as much, but you know, that happens. Challenges of the keto diet. About half surveyed are doing the diet with another household member, which can often provide support in sticking with the diet. Yep, my wife and I are doing it together. 45% say that someone else in the house also follows a keto diet, with most 60% of those households being households of two. Okay, I'm actually surprised by that. I thought most people were doing it on their own, but I guess that makes sense because my wife and I are doing keto together. So are you doing the keto diet with a partner or a friend, or are you doing it on your own? Let me know. That little bit of trivia I find very interesting. Participants reported that the biggest challenge is maintaining self-control required to follow the keto diet. A close second was the time it takes to plan meals, track carbs and fat, and shop. The third top challenge, the cost of ingredients, special foods, and supplies. Okay, let's break this apart a little bit. So the number one challenge is maintaining self-control. Absolutely, but I would like to rephrase that. The number one challenge is breaking your addiction. Because once we break the addiction, it's no longer a challenge, okay? So I've been doing this for 2 years. And for those of you who know, who have been following me, I've talked about it before. I started unsuccessfully for over 8 years. Sugar and bread were my downfall. Okay, I repeatedly failed because I was 100% addicted. So it's the addiction that's the challenge. But for me, once I broke that addiction, it's honestly been a cakewalk. I can truly say that I don't dream about bread or crescent rolls or cookies or sugar. Like, they no longer infiltrate my everyday thoughts. So I'm telling you that yes, initially, the biggest challenge are the cravings or the self-control. But once you break it, once you become what's called fat adapted, it's no longer an issue. Because at that point, you start to look forward to fats. You start to look forward to oils. And cravings become a thing of the past. So the close second, the time it takes to plan meals, track carbs and fat, and shop. Sure, that's a challenge, right? But here's the thing. When you're on keto, you're making an investment in yourself. So yes, you know, it stinks to have to take the time to make your food, but think of it this way. You're putting time into what ultimately is going to make you healthier and happier. And when you spend that time in your food, eating it, it's going to be even more gratifying. Kind of like sunflower seeds, right? You can buy a pack of sunflower seeds that's just seeds and eat them plain, but where's the fun in that? You know, half the fun is in cracking the shell, taking your time, getting the prize. So I like to just think of it as a shift in thinking. Yeah, sure, I'm spending more time making my food, but I'm also having more enjoyment being invested in making my food. That said, I think shopping for food sucks. Okay, so as far as shopping for food, I actually hate the amount of time that it takes me to do it. I enjoy the process of shopping. I enjoy being there, but finding the time out of my day to go out and shop is like the worst for me. And don't even get me started on Instacart. I tried it and it was an absolute nightmare for a multitude of reasons. And I really don't want to climb down that dark rabbit hole. So as of right now, I just suck it up and I make time for shopping because I know once I get there, I'm in my happy place. And once my pantries are stocked, I'm even happier. So that's just a necessary evil for me. The third top challenge, the cost of ingredients, special foods, and supplies. Okay, so that's a real thing, right? But what's more expensive, the cost of those ingredients or the cost of the hospital bills and drugs that you're gonna be taking if you're constantly trying to treat the problem rather than fix it at the root? But I will say this, and this has become a bit of a problem on the interwebs. If you make something and it's not that good, please don't post a recipe online gushing about how wonderful your recipe came out and how it brought back memories of running through sunflower fields in the day on warm, breezy summer afternoons. There's literally nothing worse than me shelling out tons of money on expensive ingredients and then realizing that I hate your recipe. Listen, I get it. You know, a lot of these flowery descriptive blogs are designed to increase search engine optimization, right? You want to draw traffic, but you know, just maybe be a little bit more honest. If I share a recipe with you, it's because I love it. You're never going to get anything less than the truth from me. The article goes on to say that despite the obstacles, less than 5% say they often cheat on the keto diet. 54% say they rarely or never cheat, and the rest answered that they sometimes cheat. That's pretty good. Less than 5% cheat? I respect that. Diet disruptors and food temptations. This should be interesting. So where does the cheating happen? Not surprisingly, special occasions like celebrations are the #1 reason, 57%, for deviating from the keto diet, usually with some type of dessert. Going to restaurants and traveling are also major diet derailers. Okay, look, if you're okay with cheating on keto for a special occasion, or if you're going to a restaurant or traveling, then by all means, you do you. That's awesome. However, if you find yourself falling into this group and you want some advice on how to avoid it, I'll tell you, because I never cheat. And for me, when I go out on a special occasion, like a celebration, I'll just let people know, hey, listen, I'm on keto. So if you don't make it weird, I won't make it weird, you know? And honestly, if by addressing that head on right away, it usually nips it in the butt. I mean it. And the reason why I do it, the reason why, besides that fact that I just don't want to eat something if it's not keto, is that I really want to always be an example. Because no matter what, people are always going to be watching you. They might not say it. In fact, most of them won't. But I promise you, someone is watching you live the keto lifestyle, and they're saying to themselves, man, you know, she's really looking good, or she's really losing a lot of weight. Maybe I can do this keto thing. You know, maybe it'll work for me. So I absolutely love being a role model. And, you know, if I'm going out to a restaurant, I find it to be fun to figure out how to navigate my way through the menu to create keto dishes. Just recently, my wife and I went to a wonderful little beachside restaurant, and I came up with some amazing dishes by switching the sides from one entree to another. And listen, I've been in the restaurant business for a very long time now. And you know why we're in business? Because you decide to go out to eat. So don't let anyone tell you that this is how the chef expects his dish to be created. Because the chef wouldn't have a job if you didn't decide to go out for dinner. So just politely say, you know, I have dietary restrictions. Can we just move this around and try this? And if they're not happy to do it for you, then they're not really hospitality professionals. Just saying. The article then jumps into the top foods that cause those cheating moments. Let's see what these foods are. Bread and other carbs like pasta, desserts and other sweets, potatoes also in the form of fries or chips, wine and beer, and rice. So those are the top 5. Let's discuss them. Bread. Lots of different stores have 0 carb or low carb breads. You can find them online, or if you have a local Aldi, their 0 carb bread is excellent. And other carbs like pasta. I know there are brands of low carb pasta that you can find online. I actually haven't tried any of them, but I'm hearing good things. Personally, I'm 100% happy with zoodles. Desserts and other sweets. Folks, there are so many desserts for keto out there right now. There's an excellent Facebook group, Keto Desserts and Snacks, tons of YouTube channels, and I've got a recipe for keto cookies and pumpkin spice cake that I thought was delicious. So there's really no issue finding desserts out there. And I'll tell you right now, if you are baking, pure cane alternative sweetener is far and away my favorite sugar alternative. It's called pure cane, which incidentally I think is a terrible name because everyone thinks it's a form of sugar, but it's not. It's a sugar alcohol and it's fantastic. Potatoes also in the form of fries or chips. There are lots of different potato substitutes out there, but my favorite are rutabagas, also known as Swedes overseas. Wine and beer. Guys, wine is very keto friendly. As long as it doesn't taste sweet, it's pretty much acceptable. Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot, Cabernet, Shiraz. These are all dry wines that are low in sugar, averaging between 2 and 3 carbs a glass. And when you're in ketosis, your tolerance goes down anyway, so you're probably going to max out at 3 glasses as it is. And then beer, there are lots of great keto beers in the market, starting with Miller Lite, the original low-carb beer, Michelob Ultra, and then all the new beers in the market like Corona Premier and Aviation. So that's a breeze. And finally, rice. Look, I love cauliflower rice. And if you haven't fallen in love with cauliflower rice yet, just try some different recipes out there. I'll give you one quick one right now. Just saute it with olive oil, right? Add some chopped cilantro, heat it for a couple minutes, season it with sea salt, and then when it's all done, add a few squeezes of lime. Boom, cilantro lime rice. The article now talks about some weight loss benefits. It says that an overwhelming majority of those surveyed are fans of the keto diet. 80% are likely to recommend it. That's awesome. 94% experienced positive or very positive changes in their health since starting the diet. Most changes are associated with weight loss, blood sugar control, and greater energy levels. Only 5% say they saw no change in their health. That's great. For me, greater energy was huge. Similarly, 70% believe the diet was very or extremely effective at helping them achieve their initial goals, like losing weight, improving overall health, having greater energy, preventing or managing a chronic disease, and decreasing body fat. Boom! You hear that? 70% of the diet was very or extremely effective at helping people lose weight, improve overall health, have greater energy, prevent or manage a chronic disease, and decreasing body fat. That is amazing. The next thing they do is include some testimonials. Someone said, I lost 148 pounds. Someone else said, I lost 55 pounds, reduced my resting heart rate, improved my exercise tolerance, and lost 5 inches on my waist. Awesome. Someone else said, I lost over 200 pounds in 2 years, and my energy level is off the charts. Heck yeah, so is mine. Very cool. I've lost 60 pounds, and my allergies have reduced in severity. I wish I knew what your name was so I can call you out and say congratulations. Congratulations. Such positive results seem to overshadow any health concerns, it goes on to say. For example, following the keto diet requires giving up fruits, whole grains, and starchy vegetables. The opposite recommendations for a heart or diabetes-friendly diet. Hey, keto is a heart and healthy diabetes-friendly diet. Just saying. Health experts also note that the diet's high fat content could be dangerous for people with certain health conditions. Yet about 60% of those surveyed say they are not at all worried about health concerns that have been raised about the diet, and less than 1% are very concerned. And that's it. That's the end of the article. So it says that health experts note that the diet's high fat content could be dangerous for people with certain health conditions, but it never goes into detail about who those people are or what those health conditions may be. I'll tell you what's dangerous about keto. What's dangerous about keto is if you eat bacon nonstop for 2 days and then get sick of it and then jump right back into a standard American diet. So basically, it's switching back and forth, mixing fat and carbs and sugar. That's the problem. When you mix all of these different sources of energy, good fats, bad fats, sugars, carbs, complex carbs, when you throw all that crap at your body and then your body has no idea what to do, that's the problem, okay? But doing keto, following keto, sticking with it, yeah, absolutely, it's the best thing you can do for your body, or at least one of the best things you can do, and it's amazing. And I love that these people aren't concerned or aren't worried. You know why they're not concerned? You know why we're not concerned? You know why I'm not concerned? Because my body is telling me every single day how happy it is to be on keto. I wake up excited and full of energy. I'm a better husband. I'm a better dad. I'm just a nicer person overall. I enjoy my life. I'm just like 1,000% better off than I was when I wasn't on keto. So that's why I'm not concerned. Are you concerned? Let me know why. let me know if you are concerned about how keto is affecting your body. And if you're not concerned, let me know why you're not, because I'd love to hear about it. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this segment. And as always, keep eating healthy and looking hot.